What's up, y'all? It's your boy Amandi Music. You can check me out on www.amandimusic.com. Follow me on all social media platforms. It's at Amandi Music. That's AMANDI Music, MUSIC. And that's what it is. And you're tuned in to It's Lit Boston.
You know everything that I know. Please don't make me lose all control. You really say it, you can have me all puzzle. You know with you, it's such a fucking struggle. Time after time, you keep telling that shit to me, expecting me to believe that we're on the same page, baby, I can read. Clearly, girl, I can see that you're acting up different. Different.
Yes, sir.
Finally.
Yes, sir.
We back.
We back,
It's been
man.
a long time, bro.
Long time, but it's all right.
How's the rest of your year going?
Yo, the year has been beautiful, man. This year has been amazing, man. We did Fenway Park since the last time we did the video. We did Hard Rock. We did, man, a whole bunch of stuff, man.
Because last time, I think we chopped it up, was you was in the studio finishing up your album.
Yeah.
What's the name of your album?
Album Lies We Tell. The audio book on Lies. Lies being an acronym for Love Isn't Even Safe. Man.
I never even knew that was the acronym.
Yeah, that's what Lies is. Love Isn't Even Safe. It was the only way I could kind of sum up what the album really meant.
What made you call it an audiobook instead of an album?
Because just like a book, I want people to listen from the beginning to the end. The intro of the record is called Perspective. And the outro of the album is called Retrospective. I wrote them that way so that when you listen again, retrospective becomes your perspective, and perspective becomes retrospective. So it's called Lies We Tell because when you listen to it the first time, you listen to it from a person that's heartbroken or feels pain or wants to point the finger or point the blame. But then when you listen to it again and you listen to perspective, I'm really talking to myself. So then you listen back and you're like, I'm the one that's lying to myself. I'm stuck on rinse and repeat. I'm the reason why I don't want to fall in love again. You know what I'm saying? So it gives a different perspective, and it's like a therapy session. You know what I mean? It's not something that I want people to just pick a song and be like, yo, this is my favorite without listening through, because it is written in a story.
We was playing it in the studio. I think it was me, you, Nelly,
Joey, yeah.
Amanda showed up.
Yeah, she
Shout
showed
out
up
to
and
Amanda. Came back
she did. She came in she came in perfect time. It was divine timing, man. So I bless her and her spirit for just being willing to just pop her in. She's the only person I collaborated at all with on the entire project. It was just the only person I involved at all to do anything. So, you know what I mean? For her to show up just, from our first interactions, years ago when I just used to watch her as a poet and I wasn't doing music at all, to, really coming back into my artistry and doing things, our spirits just happened to align, man. And I was just like, yo, would you be like, come through? And I was like, yo, this would be perfect. Let's do it. And she just right on the spot, she was down. So that was dope.
Would you say like R&B artists and writers can relate to poets?
Absolutely. I think we have to stop looking at everything as like, I do this or whatever. We're all artists, right? And if you're true to yourself, that's what real artistry is. And that's what poetry is. That's what spoken word is. That's what hip hop is. That's what whatever it is. As long as you're staying true to your artistry. It's not about emulating something else to just come up with a hit record to do whatever. That's one thing. That means you're a rapper. You know what I'm saying? But to be an artist is different. It's to really hone in on your craft and say, this is my particular style. This is what I want to say. I'm intentional with it. You know what I mean? And I think that's a universal language for all artists. If you know what I'm saying? If you're really in it for that reason. So I think definitely like that's big.
Where are you from, actually?
I'm from Boston.
Okay.
I grew up in Hyde Park till my young teen years. Moved to Roxbury. Lived there for like 10 or 11 years, and then I just moved to the South Shore. Well, not just moved. I've been living on the South Shore for like 15 years. You know what I mean? But I'm from the city. I'm from Boston. I'm here. I never had to leave to do anything, and I'm proud of that.
Do you remember who kind of inspired you to become a singer?
Yeah, like I grew up in a household of singers. My mom and dad are ministers, and they sing. My dad used to sing in a singing group, Blue Magic, back in the day. Like, we got pictures up in the crib with him with the light blue, like the crushed blue velvet suit with the joint on. Like, so I've always been around music. They made me pick up the saxophone really early at 7. I started singing in church at 8. So singing was natural.
What church did you go to?
I went to House of Prayer number 5 in Brockton, right down the street. So, you know what I'm saying, right out here. Singing was one thing, but like really understanding that I was a songwriter was different. I started songwriting when I wrote my first song when I was 14. I was a freshman in high school, and I was listening to a jazz artist, Najee, like to his, just some jazz music, and I was like, yo, this would be dope if it had some words over it. And I didn't know what I was doing at the time. Like, I didn't know that that was really like my passion or my calling or what it is that, you know, I just always had these other interpretations of what I heard. And as time went on, I realized, like, yo, dude, you're not just a singer, you're not just a songwriter, you're an actual artist, man. You got something you want to say, and you need to get the self-esteem and the confidence to just live and walk in your purpose, man. And it's beautiful that, you know, that it's coming to fruition, you know.
What do you feel like your purpose is?
To use my art to tell a bigger message. Lies We Tell is an album about heartbreak. It's about something that we've all been through, right? All the questions that, you know, that you have or that you ask yourself after the person is gone and you really can't get a true explanation, or, you know, these are the reasons why I go astray. I think it opens up the conversation for people to say, like, yo, well, maybe Shorty didn't get it right with this one, but maybe with the next dude, when she starts to see the signs that Amandi's talking about on these records, then this is what it really means. We can't articulate, or we don't articulate our emotions the same way that women do, but it's in the little tweaks. It's in the, you know what I mean? There are red flags. I know that's the thing everybody be on right now, you know what I mean? But it's real. You'll start to know, and it's not a red flag to run if it's worth it with that person. It's a sign that you may be causing a red flag, like, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it's really about, starting the conversation of accountability and just moving with a sense of humanity that is very selfless. I really think that's my purpose. And good fun and love and whether the record's about love making or whatever, it's really about that human element that I feel like is missing in people today, that we just got to move with that level of grace and mercy towards one another, and I think that we'll be a better society. We're in a time where there's an overabundance of numb music. You know what I'm saying?
There's 100,000 songs uploaded every day to SoundCloud.
Yo, listen, man. Numb. It takes, literally, if you think about the music industry 10 years ago, right, there were channels you had to go through to even put music out, right? There was layers, there was middlemen, there was a bunch of them. And now you could wake up with the idea of wanting to be an artist with $500 in your account. You can get a computer, you can get a microphone, you can record yourself, you can get $20 uploaded wherever, you know what I mean? And on all DSPs, you'll have all your music. And the thought of just one morning, I'm decided I want to do music today. It's a different world, man.